So then Big Gipp's style is standing out because him and Andre 3000 going to the same consignment store, okay? Erykah Badu's closet.
Hollywood,
Hello, bugs. If you have not already done so, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe because it is so important to my success here on the YouTube. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please hit the Patreon link below, and for a small monthly donation of $5, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before YouTube gets it, if YouTube gets it. Now, let's talk about TVOne's Unsung Goodie Mob. So my first question is, what the hell is Goodie Mob doing on TVOne Unsung? That's my first question. My second question would be, Andre 3000, what the fuck are you doing? I need you to hurry up and come out. I don't care if you come back with Outkast. I don't care if you come back with Goodie Mob. I don't care if you come back with Erykah Badu, your son 7. I don't care what you do, but I need you back. So the story of Goodie Mob began in the mid-1980s. Cujo was in middle school, and he said at the time, he was listening to New York rappers by the name of Curtis Blow and Houdini. Now, him and his friend, God bless you, friend. I don't know what your name is. I'm sorry. You know, you matter, but not in this video. You don't. I'm sorry. God bless you, friend. I don't know you like that nigga, but God bless you. Him and his friend had started a rap group just talking about anything in middle school. Now, Cujo was raised in a middle-class neighborhood. The thing about it is, like so many of us, because we didn't have a father at home, our mother was working 2 jobs to make sure that the household was still a 2-income household, okay? So what would happen is when the mother was away, you know, working those 2 jobs, Cujo and his little brother was round down there to the trap. The way that he calls the trap is, he says that it's an area where fatherless men or children congregate to sell drugs. I've never heard a better explanation of the word trap. Now, in high school, Cujo met Timo. Timo wanted to be a DJ initially. Now, Timo and Cujo turned out to be best friends for life. Timo was in college. He stopped DJing and started rapping with Cujo to form the Goodie Mob. Now, the Goodie Mob, the name Goodie Mob came from a name that they had called themselves round there to the trap, okay? They were selling goodies. They were the Goodie Mob. So they just stole that from the trap and said, okay, let me just put it right here and we'll use it to our benefit. So along the way, Timo and Cujo ran into another local rapper by the name of Big Gip. Big Gip comes from a 2-parent household. He say that he didn't want for nothing as a child. And I could kind of believe it because he lived in the same neighborhood as the singer from the 70s. I think she might have did some music in the 80s also. Jean Carn, don't let it go to your head, no. I don't know what the hell is going to your head, but I remember that song by Jean Carn. Actually, it's like one of my favorite songs by her. But anyway, she lived in the same neighborhood as Big Gip. Big Gip's pappy was like, no, you're going to focus your life on something. Jean Carn lived right down the street, so go on over there and get some piano lessons. That's a lie. You know, that's my zhuzh. But Big Gip took advantage of the fact that he had a whole musical celebrity that lived in the neighborhood, the same neighborhood as him. They're going to talk about this place called The Dungeon. Oh my goodness. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know why people went in there. Okay, it looked like it would be dead rats and dead birds in it. The way the dungeon was set up it was somebody's house. I don't know. It could have been a cat burglar's house. I don't know. Okay, but you went through the house, then you went through the basement, then you went through, I don't know, the laundry chute, and you ended up in this place that, I don't know. It literally looked like some kind of horror thing to me. I wouldn't be in there. okay? But it was like a dirt ground and the ceiling had pipes and stuff. I don't know what the fuck that was. So anyway, they down there in the dungeon, chilling, vibing, writing music. I don't know, discussing, I don't know, bitches and the best grain of weed. I don't know, okay? And while they down there, they meet CeeLo. They sound from CeeLo that they say is like he's rapping and singing at the same time. They liked it. Hey, nigga, what you doing? Let's make music together. CeeLo describes his home as a crowded house. Both his parents were ministers. His father passed at 2, and he didn't really know his father. But his mother, who was also a minister, she did the very best she can. I mean, moms always do the very best that they can. So when he said that his parents were both ministers, I was like, okay, I get it now, because I believe that CeeLo has a singing style, rapping style, whatever you may call it, or entertaining style, that of a choir leader. What do they call them people? The choir leader, the choir, who's the person that's in charge of the choir? Choir director. CeeLo's sister said that he was old hard-head. He done got kicked out of several schools. He had some problems. He was an old problem child. Of course he was. Of course he was, because he was a Gemini. Geminis don't have no problem with you, but you know y'all be lunching. Understand that his father was already gone. He lost his father at 2 years old, okay? And then suddenly his mother was in an accident that paralyzed him. And what he said was that was part of the reason as to why he started getting himself together. Now, Unsung, okay, I'm going to chop you in the neck for this, because you are always leaving important shit out. See, this is part of the reason why I don't like certain people to be on Unsung, because Unsung like to hide the truth a lot, okay? I need your shit to be salacious. You hear me? And CeeLo and the stuff that he done got himself into has been salacious. His sister said that he was, what did the bitch say? His sister said that he was a handful. Okay, if that's what you want to call it. I guess Unsung told you to say that. I don't know, you know. But, I mean, what CeeLo said was the fact that, you know, that happened to his mother. He decided to go straight and narrow, which led him to the dungeon. You know, that little place I told you that had a dirt floor and bats up above their head. That's where he met Outkast. Outkast opened the door for the Goodie Mob, because they, what was their album? Southern Fragilistic, you know, Expialidocious album, something like that. I don't know. That mug was smooth, okay? And I will always say that Outkast and the Goodie Mob are the pioneers of Southern rap. LaFace Records opened the door for Outkast, who did their album. And on their album was the song Get Up, Get Out, and Get Something. Ooh, yeah, that song was a banger. The thing about the group, the Goodie Mob, it was 2 solo artists, who was CeeLo and Gip. And then you had the actual group, Goodie Mob, Cujo, and Timo. And they all didn't have a problem with it, because they looked at how Wu-Tang did their things. It was just a collaboration of different acts, okay? And they just all perform under Wu-Tang. So they thought, okay, that's it. The Face record took note of the success of Get Up, Get Out, and Good Something. So guess what? They got a deal. Everybody signed under Goodie Mob. Okay, like what I was explaining to you earlier about, okay, it's not the Goodie Mob plus Big Gip plus CeeLo. That's not what it was. Everybody is the Goodie Mob. Fall of 1994, they hit the studio. We're going to be better than any New York rapper or West Coast rapper. Now, that's what Big Gip said. We going to be, yeah. Well, I mean, they did take over, and pretty much the South is, I mean, they are killing it. And they said something else, or CeeLo said something else that I thought was profound. He said he wanted to distinguish between Southern and country. He said to call someone country is condescending. I would guess so. Because even though I'm from D.C., that is below the Mason-Dixon line, you know, because they said anything that's below the Mason-Dixon line is considered the South. You know, from time to time, people tell me that I sound country. Now, you can't tell us that, okay? Because if you tell us to our face that we sound country, we be ready to fight. You better never say that to my face. Okay, y'all be down there in the comments and be like, oh, she sound country. I don't give a fuck what you say in them comments. Don't say that shit to me in my face, because it is condescending, okay? CeeLo said that he wanted to make a distinction so that the South could really have let's say, gain more respect. And they was doing that. Between Outkast and Goodie Mob, they was really doing a great job of it. Okay. So organized music, production produced, cell therapy, where they looked ignorant but sounded intellectual. On that album, they had a #1 rap song. You know that song, Who's That Looking Out My Window? Pow. Look, nobody now. Is that what that song really said? Who's that looking in my window or out my window, pal? Look at me now. What that mean? They shoot him in the face? What does that mean? What does that mean? But do I even got the lyrics right? Now to the second single, Soul Food. That was released spring '96, and that hit top 10. Now, what CeeLo said was that they wasn't worried about making hits. They wanted to speak their mind. They wanted to be civil rights activists. And that was excellent for the time, because if you remember, everybody was pretty much Black Power. Everybody was pretty much, fuck all them gold chains. We're acknowledging African American heritage. That worked for the time. Just like every Black group that's Black Power, like Public Enemies and all them other people. Let me stop playing with Public Enemies. Public Enemy, okay, who just fired Flavor Flav. I said, how the fuck you gonna fire Flavor Flav? He don't own none of that shit? MTV started censoring their videos when they played them. And the one Cujo was saying, hold on, Clarence, we're not even saying anything wrong. We just saying black man, but you censoring that? So that was probably their first dose of, you got to be careful what you say, and you got to learn how to play the game. But you can't do that with no man from the South. You know, them Southern men, they stand 10 toes planted in whatever it's bullshit, booger sugar, bitches, whatever it is. Men from the South stand 10 toes planted. What they also said was that they were labeled as racist, like Public Enemy. Why do I keep calling them enema? That's so disrespectful. Like Public Enemy, they were labeled as racist. I don't think they were racist. They wanted to be activists. They wanted to bring awareness, you know, and to let people know that, you know, there's more out there. You know, there are bigger things out there than just partying and, you know, I don't know. What was they rapping about before? They moved on to the next project, Dirty South, which featured Big Boy and Cool Breeze, okay? That became a top 10 hit. And now here we are, we on the second album, Still Standing. In 1998, they created Don't Dance No More, and it incorporated in the Atlanta club culture. You know, basically, everybody want to look cute. True. Don't nobody want to get up and dance no more. True. Because I'm not sweating nobody. I ain't sweated since goddamn 1989 when I'm in the club. How the hell I'm gonna look cute in heels on the floor with you sweating? No thanks. So they go on to talk about Black Ice, which included Outkast, and that album went gold. And Big Gipp's style is standing out because him and Andre 3000 going to the same consignment store, okay? Erykah Badu's closet. So in 1998, World Party brought in Adaptation. CeeLo is thinking, okay, if it works, then good. If it don't, I'm definitely going solo. And the way that CeeLo looked at it, he said that he had a conversation with Timo. Just a regular conversation. You know what? I'm thinking about going solo. Timo said, me too. CeeLo should have known better. That was not cool for him to just have a conversation with one member of the group. Who knows? They could have been drunk. They could have been high. It could have been whatever. Now, the dude Backbone, who was a part of the song Get Rich to This, donated the song to Goodie Mob. Okay? It went well, which created the third straight gold album. Now, the problem is this. The group is thinking, why are we not enough? Because why are we just going to the gold level opposed to the platinum level or the silver, I don't know, iron, I don't know. At this point, they're confused. Goodie Mob is shaky. Egos are starting to get involved. You know, the direction of what's next is unclear. So in 2000, CeeLo left, thinking that everything was cool. No, nigga. Do y'all remember when CeeLo did Coachella? And he arrived 25 minutes late. And then he said it was due to traveling arrangements. Okay. He arrived, what was that story? He arrived 25 minutes late. You know, them people don't play when it come down to that mic because, number one, it's disrespectful for you to lead into somebody else's time. Okay, nigga, you ain't that damn good. Okay, I know Fuck You was off the charts. What is that? You know, I don't know. Some of them other songs was off the charts, but nigga, you ain't that good. So they cut his mic at 5:45. He stormed off and left. The people was mad because they was booing his ass. Okay, so I knew he was really in his feelings then. And let me tell you how he pissed off the gay community. In 2011 again, old CeeLo, that was a hot year for your ass, okay? So a journalist had gave him a bad review and said that basically all he did was sit in front of the mic and just sing, okay? But what ended up happening was he did a tweet in response to the journalist saying that the performance was and then in the tweet he said something about, I guess you're gay, huh? Well, what did he say? You must be gay, huh? Oh no, you can't do that. First of all, I don't even know what gay has to do with you not having no neck and pterodactyl arms. But he had to come back in and apologize. Okay, that's what you don't do. You don't fuck with the gays, because 2014, where he got them sexual abuse allegations going on. I never doubt it. People with egos and attitude problems, they always think they can do what they want to do. Now, I don't know if it was a truth or a lie. I don't know. What I do know is, lady, whoever you are, you could have fought off a man that ain't had no arms, okay, and no goddamn neck. You could have kicked him in the ding-ding. You could have lifted up that belly and kicked his ass in the ding-ding. The trio, meaning Big Gip, Timo, and who's up, Cujo, believed that they could move on as a rap group trio. Answer no. L.A., what is that? LaFace said no. However, L.A. Reid gave solo deals to CeeLo and Big Gip. Now, Big Gip, because he ain't never want for nothing. He ain't got that, dog-eat-dog world soul and spirit about him. He was like, nah, I know if I put out an album, it's going to be a problem, and that's going to be the end of the Goodie Mob forever. CeeLo was like, sign me up, give me a pen, fuck it, bitch, I got my own pen. Anyway, in 2002, Cujo had a severe car accident where he lost one of his legs. He said that he had to recover mentally and physically. I bet you did. He said, luckily, he had his wife by his side. Us women be good for something. In 2004, they did their first album after CeeLo left. One Monkey Don't Stop No Show. Okay, I was disappointed that it didn't do well because I wanted them to do just as good as CeeLo was doing with his solo career, but it didn't end up that way. Because of the poor sales of the One Monkey Don't Stop No Show album, the group dismantled. Big Gip went on to work with Nelly, and Cujo and Timo went on to rename themselves the Lumberjacks. All the while, the men of the group are growing outside of the industry, outside of the music. They're all becoming fathers. They're all becoming, their best man outside of the group. I guess after Gnarls Barkley, the success from that, let's say wavered, CeeLo brung his ass back around to touring with the group again, okay? They said that occasionally CeeLo would always come back to the group and tour. So in 2013, they released Age Against the Machine, and they are still touring. And CeeLo is on Merge Bootcamp. Child, I would have put on me a good Alexis Carrington nightgown, child, and I would have took that motherfucker to his king. You heard me. Anyway, guys, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, and subscribe because it is so important to my success here on the YouTube. Now, remember this. The same people you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down, naysayers, my patron loves. Have a good one. Peace.